So here's adventure number 2 we've started. And y'all can see this is the very beginning stages of it. Put a little compost pile. This is just on our countertop for right now. And we have a compost turner coming. But we have some of our browns, some greens, and some coffee grounds, some water. And we're just letting it go. So this is several starts to our farm and just trying to be more eco-friendly and do things on our own. So our composting bin came in, we got it all built. Did have some troubles with it as they sent all yellow latches instead of yellow and green, which that doesn't bother me so much, but we had a few cracks in it and some of the pieces don't quite fit flushly like they should. But we're about to drop in some more of our kitchen scraps, just of our vegetables and stuff that went bad before we had a chance to use them, and just different stuff from leftovers. So that's where our composting is now, and it's a lot of cardboard and scraps in there. This also has some coffee in it, and I'm okay if it all doesn't come out. I just keep adding to it. I bring it out each day, dump it in, and probably in another day or two I will stop putting anything in this side. Ooh, I'm having trouble with the lid one-handed, but I'm going to unlock it and just going to give it a few turns and mix all that new stuff around with the old. And I don't have a perfect science to this. This is my first go round. And just figuring it out as I go. So let's see. It looks like it got mixed around pretty good. Alright, y'all. Let the heat do its job. This is 1 week into composting. I just mowed my lawn this morning and flipped a few times. And I'm tossing in some dryer lint. I also am, since it's only a weekend and we're pretty much full in this bin, I do feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but I'm using some compost starter that I ordered online just because these are brand new barrels. And I know there's not a whole lot of good bacteria in them just yet. So it does look a little bit dry, but we're going to toss it a few more times and let it sit, and I'll check back on it. Ooh, I just broke my little handle off. Well, less than a weekend for this container and the handles broke off, but I think that'll pop back on. Let's see. Yeah. But I'm just going to toss it just a little bit. I just like rocking it back and forth because I feel like if I flip it, it's just going to flip kind of together. So I just kind of rock it a few times all the way around. And then I'm going to add in about a cup of this compost starter. And so before we toss in today's part, look at our compost. It's got all the little wiggly, grossy wormies all down in there, helping break it down. And then in this side, they're all in there as well. And this part's a little bit harder to see them. But moving and grooving and doing their stuff. We're going to have some very rich soil for the spring, and I'm super excited. Ooh, y'all see it moving? So gross! But it's what nature intended. So a month and a half in, and things are working well. This side still spins much easier than the green side. The green side, because of that bolt and latch, I'm supposing, it's hard. You really got to give it some muscle. But overall, they're serving the purpose that they're supposed to. I did think about portability of where I'm going to, or how I'm going to get the soil out, as these don't have like dump basins. You just dump them out of the part where you put everything in. But they're working well. They're breaking it down. I did cheat and put in the compost starter, because, well, I say cheat. I don't know if it's cheating or not, but it feels a little like cheating to me, but I'm okay with it. I put in the compost starter since this is the first round and there's not really any good bacteria in there, and it really has been working effectively. Now, as you can see, weeds and things start to grow, and it is quite heavy at this point. Like, you got to really put your weight into it to get it to move. But weeds and things grow around it. I just continue to pull it up. My little chickens seem to love to get underneath it and love to peck at all the stuff that's coming out of the bottom. But without me having to add anything extra to it, no worms or anything, it's working really well. It's definitely serving the purpose that it was supposed to serve. Would I buy this particular brand again? I don't think that I would. However, I do like the two separate tumble features. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, except that it came with the parts and things that weren't working as they should. But it still does the job. Alright, y'all, so we're officially 2 months in, and I've emptied the green side already because it was super full. And you see, I'm getting to the point where I'm just chunking in large pieces and everything, because I'm really just trying to build it up, let it go, and break down as much as possible. So we're about to throw in a little egg carton, and it can break all the way down. But let's see if you can see. It's been going super well. Eggshells, food scraps. Now, I don't put in any dairy, and I don't put in any meat products, anything like that. I've seen some people say that you can, and that's wonderful. I'm trying to minimize my fail chances. Now, I do keep a pretty good flow of carbon, and definitely my fruits and vegetables kitchen. That's what I call my kitchen scraps. I know some people call their meats and things kitchen scraps, but I don't do those. And if you can, that's awesome. Like, I've seen people say that they can do that, and some people say that's like composting sin. So I'm just kind of steering clear, making this easier on me so I can really get some good rich soil. Alright, and I'm just spinning this a few times, letting it get all the way around. It'll probably still be on top fairly good, just because there's not, well, maybe not. It went all the way through. But you can look and see lots of little buggies and worms and all of that. So lots of cardboard, lots of kitchen scraps. This is our other side that's got a bunch of stuff in it too. We go through a lot of food out here. But I'm just going to go ahead and spin it. I didn't add anything to this side, but just to spin it to keep it going. I would say it's working out pretty good though. We already got our first bin of halfway done soil. I put it in a pile to let it continue. I just needed the bin again so that I could get some more going in there. We have a lot of composting goals. I hope that by the spring I have a huge garden. But it's been a success for so far. So I'm going to end this video where we're at. But if y'all have any questions, let me know. Any comments or any ways y'all could educate me, let me know. And in a couple months, I'll come back and let y'all know how everything's going still. Oh, Michael over there clearing out some brush. We're expanding some of this for our chicken coop. Yay!